Welcome to Time Umpire video tutorials. Today we're looking at allocation grids with mentors and supervisors. So here we have our allocation grid. You'll see we have umpires, mentors and supervisors. The mentors and supervisors are an added module. You can choose whether you need mentors or not. For junior associations, this can be particularly good to have someone overlook an umpire, and supervisors you can have as many as you like in each time slot. Over to the left hand side you'll see we have an available list with all the umpires in green that are available. Next to them is the number of how many times they've been allocated into our allocation grid. We're going to start all over from scratch, so we're going to clear all this that we already have. We're now going to just have a flick through this list here. So we have available, we have no availability, not available, and allocated. No one's been allocated yet, so that list is not handy to us at the moment. So we'll have a look at our not available in red and no availability. So in this section of the list we can change an umpire's availability. For example, after you've closed off availabilities in the Time Umpire app, meaning the umpires can no longer change their availability, you might have one of them contact you and say that they forgot, or for whatever reason they might give you, so you can change your availability. So you may have spoken to Mick V, right click on his name and change him to available so that we can add him into the green list, and now we see that he's available down here. So now we can get into the good stuff and start allocating some umpires. So first of all, we'll just hover over Amanda K's name, and we'll see up in the top in the blue we've got some umpire notes of if I could please mentor or supervise at least one. 4 games are a bit too much for me. This is info that the umpires can put in when putting in their availability. Admin notes, we can enter in our own notes and it'll show any allocations that the umpire may already have. We've only just begun, so there's no allocation at this stage. We can right click on Amanda's name again, and below changing the availability we can edit the user, so that's their personal information. We can change the user comment. So again, Mick, who didn't put in his availability, you could click on user comment and add in any notes he gave you when you spoke to him. Admin notes are your own notes to help you allocate. So to allocate Amanda, we're going to click on her name and simply place her into one of the grids, and we'll just keep clicking wherever we want her. We'll move on to Crystal. When we click on her up the top, it says I'm coaching at 11 o'clock, so cannot umpire that time slot. So when we hover over her name, it'll show all the notes, but when we click on her name, it'll give us that one pointer. So we'll just put her in for a couple here. Now our supervisors, if we click on to place someone in, so we want to put Emily in as a supervisor. Now this little what we call a modal pops up and shows supervisors of 10 o'clock that there are none. As you can see in the box there are 0, so we'll close that. Now we can't click Emily in like we do with the regular umpire and mentor allocations, because we can have any amount of supervisors in this area. So for supervisors, we need to click on Emily's name and we're dragging it across. So I'm holding onto the mouse and releasing. Then I'll click on the supervisors and we'll see that Emily is listed in the supervisor at 11 o'clock. If I wish to remove her, I just press on the little trash can and she's gone. So our final tip for this tutorial is removing an umpire from a game they've been allocated into. That's as simple as clicking on their name to remove them out. Then simply click again to add her back in as her name is still highlighted. At any stage I could move Crystal out and continue on with Amanda. Now you'll see that my allocation grid is full. I have umpires on every game, a couple of mentors, a supervisor at every time slot, and I'm ready to release. By pressing the purple button up the top, I'll be releasing my roster to my umpires, who will receive a notification on the Time Umpire app, letting them know that their shifts are available and ready for them to confirm.